Loads of students struggle with holding or settling a character's movement in a natural way. What's worse is that they don't even think about adding it into their animation in the first place. When you watch great shots, there's a natural fall off to every move and natural pauses in the action. In Tangled, I love this settle. You can really feel in the hips how that motion is fairly consistent through here. There's a good amount of energy in the move to step onto the staircase to swing forward. We feel the arc going forward, up, coming down, and then as it goes down, rocking forward again to a stop. Right here, we feel this energy die off right there, starting with the hip, and then of course it's also in the spine. And really the last few things to settle is going to be the hair, the cloth, because that stuff's very light and draggy. With Medusa here, there's a slightly different kind of settle, just because the movement itself is a little bit different. So as she's shaking her head here, you can feel the head shakes getting smaller and smaller, just as she's kind of finishing her line. Medusa's pawn shop boutique, right, where she kicks her head back and forth, and then it's just kind of fading out right here. Just as a great way to go right into your hold that happens after this, where she's pausing, right? So there's that nice tapering off of energy, just mainly with this head shake motion that's happening. We have another nice settle here as she slides up the wall and then drops down onto her hips. And it's finishing with a bit of a twist here in that hip. So the vertical movement kind of slows down almost to nothing, and then there's just a little bit of extra twist on top of that to keep things alive. And the other way that it kind of continues is that as her body stops, then her eyes kick in. So all these different examples for settles should give you, a lot of ideas on how motion can taper off, how that energy can slow down, come to a crawl, and get you into a hold in a very smooth way. Whether that means, like in this case, that the hip is the primary driver, and like once that hip comes down and stops, and then everything follows through and kind of slows down. That's one way how you can settle a character, using gravity and just kind of sinking into a down position. That's a very common way to do it. It doesn't take a lot of energy in real life for us to do something like that. Then you had the case with Medusa where she's shaking her head, and that's kind of tapering off as she finishes her line. So you can taper off and settle movements that way.